One of the things that is very helpful about Drummond geometry is to give you perspective in the context of a big market break or a big movement. And so we're looking at Bitcoin here in the last couple of days, and boy, what a huge move to the downside. It's a quarter of the market. It's fully 25% loss and nothing flat. And it can be very disorienting if you're trotting along up here and looking at this little bar here and this little bar here. You know, it's a few $100s range in that bar, and all of a sudden you have a $5,000 move down. People can panic very easily, and when they panic, then they sell in a panic manner, and that can lead you into big trouble. But let's just look at what the structure shows us on this single time frame chart. With a weekly overlay, I think we have here, yeah, weekly overlay. You can see that we're moving from the weekly PL dot up into zone 6 and then sideways and down, and kind of more or less a beginning of a bullish structure, and then this catastrophe hits and we drop down. But look at the exhaust structure on the daily. Okay, we break through the nearby, we pause in the further out, we break through the next nearby, so the movement's still underway, then we stop, and then this nearby holds, and we get a quick retracement to at least the PL dot, the live PL dot area, which is where we are now, and maybe more. But in any case, it's stopped. What we would anticipate now is that this is our bottom until proven differently, and we would see an oscillation in this area, growing range, increasingly restricted as the market feels for what the new value is. Don't necessarily expect it to come back up in the range instantly, but I think that's where it'll be headed immediately. And let's just take a look at a little higher time period now. If we look at the monthly bands on our NinjaTrader stuff here, our NinjaTrader indicators, look at the monthly bands. You can see more clearly, PL dot rejection, envelope bottom rejection, PL dot breaks, looks a little bullish. Maybe that's an exhaust or maybe not, but then a breakdown. But where's it go? It goes to the bottom of zone 2. I'd say still, until proven differently, a bearish pattern, but we have an exhaust and the exhaust is stopped, so a bottom at the moment. Now let's just say if we look at the 3-month bar, what happens here? Well, on the 3-month bar with a yearly PL dot envelope overlaid on it, we see that we're just about dealing with the yearly envelope bottom, that we've been in a C wave, a quarterly C wave down, and this is beginning to show a few little signs of starting to move sideways. And if we move sideways, then we'll be inside the envelope. The PL dot will begin to have dots swinging on the higher time on the 3-month chart, and we can begin to think about a range-bound trade in here, and then a transition to up. That's all kind of hypothetical, but we're beginning to see the early signs of the market bottom holding here. Okay, so does this fit with what we see in the world? Well, yes, it does. We're seeing large accumulations of money waiting for regulatory clarity before they move in. We're seeing the market pick up a huge emotional contagion from the weaker assets and the FTX brokerage and the fraudsters that were running that, picking up and the general crypto fear spreading into the Bitcoin market. But the fundamentals in Bitcoin are very different than the fundamentals of the shitcoins, and so as the market kind of comes into clarity on that, we should see some recovery here. The supposition, but the charts don't gainsay this. The charts are supporting of this as it develops. So let's see what happens.